Justice for Brittany. A Southwest Florida mother says the court system is rubbing salt in the wound almost 2 years after her daughter was killed in a DUI crash. 4 in Your Corner's Adam Pinsker telling us why she's supporting an amendment that may help boost the rights of victims.
Happy birthday.
Linda Beni would have celebrated her 23rd birthday Saturday.
Very independent, she was strong and very smart and just so much to live for.
Her life was cut short in December 2016 when she was killed in a single car crash near downtown Punta Gorda. The accident also claimed one of Brittany's friends. Almost a year later, investigators arrested the suspect, Michael Brutus, who was in the car and fled the scene. Linda was outraged when prosecutors offered Brutus a plea deal that included an 11-year sentence, a deal that was eventually nixed by a judge.
They're supposed to approach the family first, and they didn't. They went directly to the defendant and his lawyer. And that's part of why we want to pass Marsy's law.
Marsy's law, or Amendment 6, would strengthen the constitutional rights of crime victims, giving them more of a voice in criminal proceedings. It would also make sure they are informed anytime a defendant is released or escapes from custody. Linda says she's rarely, if ever, updated on the progress of her case.
They always say to me every month, "Oh, Mrs. Beni, you don't have to come to court." But if I don't go to court, I don't know what's going on.
Fort Myers defense attorney Scott Goldberg, a former prosecutor, agrees there should be more communication between police, the state attorney's office, and victims, but he doesn't agree with Amendment 6 because sometimes prosecutors have to abide by certain sentencing guidelines set forth in state law.
Trying to have anybody put their own opinion on how something should be prosecuted or what that sentence should be is not fair.
He also says Amendment 6 is confusing because it includes a provision that would raise the mandatory retirement age of judges from 70 to 75.
I think it's unfair to each person's own view of that issue to have them all coupled in one amendment.
Linda says she won't rest until there is justice for Brittany, and she plans to spend the next 7 weeks campaigning aggressively for Amendment 6's passage.
People get arrested for having pot in their car and they go to jail for 15 years. They wanted to give this kid 11 years for killing 2 people and fleeing the scene.
Adam Pinsker, Fox 4, in your corner.